if he's in the box, he's coming, and he's coming hard and fast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to On the Bear Tonight, the show that 4 out of 5 doctors agree is the most painful show about Bears football. The Bears headed into Week 2 coming off a big Week 1 victory against the 49ers, a game that most in the national media blamed on the 49ers not showing up and giving no credit to the Bears. This past Sunday, they played a prime-time game against our hated rivals, the Green Bay Packers. Before we delve into the recap, let's go over some of the history between these two teams. It's hard to believe, but there was a time when the Bears were better than the Packers. That was nearly 40 years ago. Then the Packers traded for a backup quarterback from the Atlanta Falcons named Brett Favre, and it's been Green Bay ever since. Even after Favre retired, they had another Hall of Fame quarterback just sitting right behind him, ready to take the reins. Let's take a look at some depressing stats between these two teams because, hey, why not? Since the 2012 season, the Bears are a pathetic 3-17 in 20 games against the Green Bay Packers. In those 20 games over the past 10 years, the Bears have featured 7 different starting quarterbacks, while the Packers have started only 2. Outside of the direct games between these two teams, since 2012, the Packers have won 7 division titles to the Bears 1. So it's pretty obvious looking at the basic numbers that the Packers dominate the Bears. That's why I was personally so unfazed by Rodgers' proclamation last year that he owns the Bears. Buddy, I've been living in this nightmare my entire life. I already know you own me. Nothing you say will faze me. You can't break a broken man, Aaron. So now we, as a collective nation, have to suffer through another prime-time game against the Bears and the Packers. A Bears and Packers matchup that is so one-sided, the only people in the entire country who get a kick out of watching these games all live in Wisconsin. It's like watching Mike Tyson beat up an old man, but the only people cheering for Tyson all sound like they're from the movie Fargo.
Oh, yeah?
But maybe there's a change in the wind. Aaron Rodgers is now a grumpy hippie who thinks essential oils can fight off diseases. He also showed in his Week 1 outing against the Vikings that he has absolutely zero patience for working with his young wide receivers. For the Bears, Eberflus and Poles are trying to build something for the future. Their work-in-progress Bears were able to beat a 49ers team that many football analysts penciled in as a playoff team. They have a guy at the QB position who could be the guy who finally clicks for Chicago. And hey, who knows, maybe Justin Fields will stick around for 15 seasons like Aaron Rodgers. Probably not, but hey, anything is possible. Maybe one day my wife will come back with the kids. Again, you gotta be optimistic. So that leads us into Sunday's prime time matchup with the Bears and Packers. Was Sunday the starting point for a new beginning, or was it the same old shit? Let's take a look. First drive of the game for the Packers, and the Bears defense limits Rodgers to just a field goal, thanks in large part to a Travis Gibson sack. On the other side of the field, the Bears start off with a nice drive that included a nice little flea flick pass. This all results in a Justin Fields rushing touchdown. And the Bears, wait, they have the lead? Oh hell yeah, let's go! Well, the next drive for the Packers results in them getting a touchdown, and now the Packers are back on top. Oh no. The Bears answer with a 3-and-out, so now the Packers and Mr. QAnon QB take the field once again. The defense is doing an awesome job of stopping the run here. Hey, Roquan, don't you want to be the highest paid linebacker in the league? Usually high-paid linebackers are not god-awful at stopping the run. Another touchdown, and the Packers are up by 10. The Bears answer that with another 3-and-out. Now, Mr. I can't get COVID because I take Quaaludes is back on the field, targeting our rookie cornerback Kyler Gordon, who definitely looked like a rookie in this one. And now, oh boy, the Packers are up by 17 at the half. Bears versus Packers. It's like constantly getting punched in the balls, year after year. Well, the Bears were able to make adjustments in the second half of Week 1 to get a win. Could they do the same in this week? The Bears got the first possession of the second half, and they didn't do anything with it, so they gave it right back to the Packers. But they did, however, get a key fumble recovery, and on a drive where they need to score a touchdown, they got a field goal instead. Okay, well, points are points, but the Bears would get the ball back quickly, and finally Montgomery is getting yards on the ground. The Bears are now sitting in the red zone. It's 4th and goal on the 1-yard line, and Luke Getsy has them lined up in the shotgun position. Are you fucking kidding me? You're at the 1-yard line, and you drop a play where the QB starts an extra 5 yards away? I thought Matt Nagy left this team. And of course, they don't get any points on the board. What the hell was that? Was trying to have him do a QB sneak into the end zone too simple for you, so you had to galaxy brain it up? Great job, Luke. Fantastic work. Well, if that misplay wasn't enough to cement a Bears loss, a Justin Fields interception late in the game definitely would. And the Bears lose again to the Packers, 27-10. Same shit, different year. When the team roster was being finalized, we knew there were going to be games like this. This game was a sobering reminder that our Bears have a long ways to go before becoming a competitive football team. Just some tidbits I want to get over about this game. The run defense in this game was abysmal. If Roquan Smith really does want to be the league's highest paid linebacker, he better damn well play like it. Rookies Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker both look like rookies in this game, which is fine because they are rookies, and they're going to have to learn to not suck, which, it's going to take some time, so we'll give them a pass. My main takeaway from this game, Luke Getsy needs to let Fields throw it down the damn field. This entire Bears season should be making sure you have the player playing in the most important position in football, and you need to make sure he is confident and he has the skills necessary to win. Justin Fields had only 11 passing attempts in this game, where he trailed for most of the game. Joe fucking Flacco, the guy who's so bad he has to play for the Jets, had 59 passing attempts in week 2. Why aren't they letting Justin Fields sling it down the field? Are they trying to protect him from the Packers' passing defense? How is he supposed to learn if he isn't given the opportunity? In a 2-week span, Bears fans have seen the dizzying highs and the terrifying lows that this team has to offer. To try to make any definitive statements about this team after week 2 would be ridiculous. But this game didn't really give me anything to feel good about. Like I said, however, it's a long season. Well, even after this mess of a game, I still have to give out the best boy award. I'm going to have to give it to running back David Montgomery, who was able to get 122 yards and average 8 yards a carry tonight. And he was a big part in being able to extend offensive drives on Sunday night's prime time game. Congratulations, David. Now let's take a look at around the NFL, and make myself feel better by laughing at other crappy teams. The Colts put up a goose egg against the Jacksonville fucking Jaguars. Colts QB Matt Ryan was sacked 5 times, including a sack from ex-Bear Roy Robertson Harris. It's not looking so good in Indianapolis to start the season. It's clear to me that Matt Eberflus was the only thing holding this team together. Good to see we got ourselves a winner in our part. The Bengals lost to the Cowboys? Seriously? Is this a joke? Alright, I guess this actually happened. Cooper Rush out QB'd Joe Burrow. Okay. Hey Bears fans, guess who's made more passing attempts on the year? Cooper Rush or Justin Fields? I won't tell you the answer because it's going to make you depressed. As previously stated, Joe Flacco had 59 passing attempts and a come-from-behind victory against the Browns. What makes this comeback so special is that with 2 minutes on the clock, the Jets were able to score 2 touchdowns to get the win. Last year I went to a Bears-Browns game, and I had a Browns fan tell me it must suck to be a Bears fan. Buddy, how dare you assume the Browns are better? The Browns and the Bears are both horrible. We're in the shithole of the NFL together, and don't you forget that. Jimmy Garoppolo is back. Not only took a horrifying season-ending injury to Trey Lance, but Jimmy G is back in the game, baby. He was able to put up 154 yards and a victory against the Seahawks. I sure know someone who's definitely excited about Jimmy Garoppolo coming back, and he just happens to be the man who's going to help us predict next week's game against the Houston Texans. Chicago's greatest sports reporter and America's sweetheart, Tony Romano.
Hey, you see that? God is punishing Trey Lance for stealing a hard-working Italian-American's job.
Alright, Tony, let's just focus on next week's game.
Alright, so the Bears are going to face the Texans next week in Chicago. The Texans must be haunted by their dead racist owner because the team is cursed. If you think the Bears are poorly run, oh boy, you ain't seen the Texans. This team thinks successful front office members only come from the Patriots' garbage bins. The only good thing they've done is getting rid of their sex pervert quarterback. But he didn't even want to play for them anymore. So, who knows? Maybe if he didn't want to leave, they would have kept him, so instead of winning only 3 games, they could have won 7. But now, who even plays for the Texans? Who's their quarterback? Davis Mills? You can't trust a guy who went to Stanford. That's the liberal hippie school. Look at the rest of these losers. Everyone's name is like a made-up name. Well, who the hell is this guy? How do you even say this name? Oko Yono? Who cares? The Bears better beat these boneheads, or they're the worst NFL team in the history of the world. My prediction's going to be Bears 30, Texans 17.
Hey, Tony, you forgot to mention that they're coached by Lovie Smith. That's a pretty big storyline for Bears fans, isn't it?
What? You mean the man who ruined Illinois football for 5 years? No, thank you. The less I gotta think about him, the better.
Alright, well, thank you, Tony. Well, that's going to wrap up this week's episode. It's the same old shit for the Bears and the Packers. Maybe someday the Bears will flip the script on this matchup. It's probably going to have to be after Mr. I've been to as many Super Bowls as Rex Grossman is out of the league, but hey, who knows? Anything is possible. I'll see you next week. Good night, God bless, and go Bears.